Welcome to Space and Harmony, in Harmonia of Life. Behold, I come quickly. Hold what you have, so that no one takes your crown. Revelation 3:11. And what do we have? Are we really kings with a crown of life? We'll see, because being kings means governing our inner life as lords, fulfilling the mission for which we came. And let's be honest, do we really manage our life? At most, some of us aspired to it, and those of us who love the truth and have decided to receive the whole message of Master Yeshua, a non-religious and non-adulterated message, have received everything we need, because, as the teaching says, we were blessed with every blessing and were seated on heavenly places in the Anointed One. But what is the Anointed One? In Hebrew, receiving a blessing means receiving the spirit of love, truth, life, and serenity that makes us divine anointed children without deception. The divine will anoints us with a non-jealous love that opens a space to the light of truth without masks, non-artificial life, and true serenity. And until these qualities are not stable in us, we cannot consider ourselves anointed lords, kings of our life. In the Hebrew wisdom transmitted by the apostles, the Nazarenes, the Anointed One, or Mashiach in Hebrew, Christos in Greek, is the divine Son who incarnates within humans in stages which are codified in the Gospels. Shaul Katan, or Paul the Little, as he was known, tried to clarify those stages, but in the end everything was misinterpreted, and thus came a mess of Christ, so to speak. Many thought they could enjoy playing the role of Paul, even though he said, "It is no longer I who live, but the Anointed One who lives in me," Galatians 2. He claimed to have at least a divine baby within the process of becoming a child, detaching from his personal ego, but he also added, "I am again in labor pains until the Anointed One is formed in you," Galatians 4:19. Therefore, the Anointed One must first be formed in the waters of the soul within each one, and then be born like a divine baby, which then must become a grown-up child, what Yeshua called the Son of Man, which is a true divine soul, masculine in relation to this fallen world, but feminine in relation to the upper world. This is the new Adam, where man and woman are reconciled. Paul also spoke of it as the anointed man of salvation, Christos, Jesus Anthropos in Greek. And this new Adam is for us a true inner soul model, the mediator between humans and the celestial Father, as we read in 1 Timothy 2:5. Unfortunately, most of us never understood, and thus someone stole our crown. A crown that was prepared so that we could really be a grown-up, new Adam child. In Hebrew, crown is keter, which is usually placed on top of the tree of life in traditional teachings, although that is not accurate. Traditional Kabbalah is not complete. Yeshua himself revealed that the true tree of life begins with the complete self or I, Ena in Aramaic, or ani in Hebrew. And if we are humble, we feel this divine self expressed inside, since the divine one shines within those who open their hearts with humility. And from such complete one eye comes the fruit of will, ratzon in Hebrew, which in our case is receiving everything in order to give everything. And that's what makes us divine children, even if we are soul embryos or babies about to be born. Precisely, Keter or crown is the fruit born from the divine will exercised in our life. It is the ability we each have to take responsibility for our living, allowing our true self to be king of our body, heart, and mind. This is to become Lord of our inner world. Thus, the Anointed One grows as Master King of our inner world, manifesting the humble love, light, life, and peace of the Father, or infinite will. And so far, Yeshua was the greatest example. As for the rest of us, our crown was stolen. Therefore, we must remember and live conscious of the authentic being, betraying the false ego that governs us, understanding that the first step of spiritual birth is receiving an incorruptible seed of divine conscience, as Apostle Cephas or Peter pointed out in one of his letters. And this is called water baptism, which is not to get immersed in a baptismal font, but to begin a purification by means of the understanding of the divine word, which activates conscience in the heart and consciousness in the mind, both of which must be fed in order to grow. Thus arises a new psyche with potential, the Alma in Hebrew, which means maiden, spirit of holiness, some would say. But Yeshua went even farther when he said to Nicodemus, "If you are not born from the water and from the Spirit, you will not enter the divine kingdom." In some churches, many believe they have already been born again of the Spirit after receiving a certain spirit of enthusiasm and cleanliness. But pure water gets dirty when mixed with emotional water and thoughts of this world. It is necessary to feed the embryo fetus and divine baby in the humble and receptive psyche, the amniotic waters where the pure feelings of the maiden and the thoughts of the embryonic son grow. And only when he grows up as a baby can he be born on a higher mental level, ruling as man-child king that marries our pure psyche or maiden fully. These are the so-called twins of the soul. In other words, we are fully born when we become one with the spirit of truth and life, when mind and heart are fully reconciled in our body. Thus the divine soul is a child in the kingdom, and man or living spirit in relation to this world of chaos and passions that he can govern. So let's be careful with ideas about guiding goddesses and ascended masters, because fallen Adam is what Hebrew wisdom calls the strange woman, who only appears to be masculine sometimes, but rules with confused emotions. And let's not deceive ourselves believing everyone has a divine soul already, because there are people so dark and proud that they do not even have a maiden conscience, for they killed her. And most people still live with a collection of ego spirits in a fallen, fragmented psyche. At most, we can say some have the seed of divine soul, others an embryo, others a divine baby about to be born, and others perhaps a new born divine baby. But a divine man-child, I do not know any. Yeshua was for sure the only one fully manifested, and that is why he can be head of his so-called anointed collective body. And those of us who are babies going through labor pains in the maiden are besieged by spirits that try to abort or destroy us inside and outside, as in the slaughter of the Innocents organized by King Herod. And this continues today. In fact, people celebrate it. Even some churches celebrate the feast of the Holy Innocents, because aborting and devouring babies is a sport in this world, believe it or not. So let's unmask the spirit of pride, envy, adversity, gluttony, division, and so on. Do not let anyone steal the crown from us by making us believe that we are slaves of a Lord. For the Divine Father wants sons that are masters of themselves, not slaves or dogs on the leash of an owner. The false god of this world is lord of slaves and master of dogs. He is a thief who comes to steal, kill, and destroy, as we even read in the scripture. Yet, some came to call themselves dogs of the Lord. But why do you call me Lord, Lord, and do not do what I say? The Master said. And the day will come when you will stop calling me Baal, Lord, and will call me husband. We read in Hosea 2:16. Those of us who really love our being and inner master, in any case, are lady spouses, the famous virgins who wait with their lamps full of oil of understanding. So in our relation to the new Adam within, we call him beloved and even master, as it's also done in scripture, which was poorly translated. Therefore, do not let anyone steal our inner crown, saying that we need religion, politics, or philosophies of this world to be owners of our life, for it is not true. Do not let anyone steal our crown, making us believe we can only be ourselves by wearing tattoos, expensive clothes, or acquiring titles or other possessions. Just listening and marrying the spirit of life can help us. Let's avoid do anything without asking the anointed child within, or at least feel the seed of conscience or the embryo consciousness that helps us discern who has the master child inside and who does not. False teachers are all over, as you can see. Only the true one guides us and unmasks the false jealous love, the false fragmented light, the false technological and artificial life of fallen gods, and the false peace acquired with sleeping pills, drugs, or imposed by force. And let's feed the anointed soul embryo or baby with true food, which is the whole truth and life, without blends. Purees and milk are no longer enough for those with a broken heart. There is too much darkness and poison in the world to waste the time. We need the true bread from heaven, the tree of lives, which, as the book of Revelation says, gives 12 fruits, not 10. You have it on the website explained in more detail, although I'll talk about it in later episodes. Until then, beware of Herod because he is still searching to stab babies. Below you have links to the web and the blog. Leave your comments and questions if you wish. Subscribe to the channel if you want to receive weekly videos, which are released both in Spanish and English, in case you didn't notice. And may the truth shine so that the divine being that dwells within may carry his crown, our crown. See you next day.